The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, on Wednesday engaged stakeholders on the release of water from LAGDO Dam from Cameroon. According to NEMA, 1.4 million Nigerians were displaced by floods arising from the release of LAGDO Dam in 2022. The engagement was, among other things, to address concerns among Nigerians on the likelihood of flooding in flood-prone areas around the country. Trust TV's Abdurrahman Umar reports.
At the meeting, the Director General of the Nigeria Hydrological Services Agency, NESA, Clement, said prior to the agency's communication to the hydrologist in charge of releasing water from LAGDO Dam in Cameroon, necessary adjustments were made to ensure that the situation is contained to avert any likely disaster.
In the afternoon of 24th, being Thursday, he said we have reduced the rate of spill to 50 cubic meters per second, about 4 million cubic meters of water per day, and it will still continue accordingly. Then on Monday, he sent another message that we have closed our gates, and that we did it by 11 a.m. on Monday, 28th of August. So as of today, there is no more spillage of water from the LAGDO Dam.
The NESA DG further said, despite the existence of an existing MOU between the federal government of Nigeria and that of Cameroon since 2016, timely updates of their seasonal release of water from the LAGDO Dam was not contained in that MOU. The NESA DG recommended that states, especially those prone to flooding as a result of the release of the water from the LAGDO Dam, should deploy all necessary modalities to avert the anticipated disaster.
It is highly imperative to deploy high level of preparedness on the part of federal and state governments, particularly the states that we have already listed them in our document.
The Director General National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Ahmed Mustapha Habib, says necessary advice were given to states of the Federation that are on the verge of facing flooding in the country on measures to be taken to avoid being affected by any likely flood.
We met with a governors forum. We also met them again at NEC. We gave them all the advices that needs to be given. And all the states have been very proactive. Or I should say most of the states have been very proactive. So we'll probably see a lot of difference this time around.
Habib said while NEMA is providing some level of help to those affected by flooding, it was imperative for state governments to urgently come up with flood preventive measures.
We are providing temporary shelter to support the states, but the states have to provide the IDP camps. NEMA does not provide IDP camps to states. The state governments do that. We support them.
The United Nations, through its Foreign Affairs Office representative Riem Okoba, says the UN as an international partner is committed to supporting Nigeria in mitigating the effect of disasters across the country.
The UN, with many other international and national partners, is committed to supporting the government and people of Nigeria to improve preparedness, anticipatory action and response to disaster events across the country.
Stakeholders at the meeting called on states to ensure that all drainages are cleaned, blockages removed, and proper enlightenment and sensitization of residents are carried out. Abdurrahman Umar, Trust TV News, Abuja.